Welcome back! I'm Lex Levy, and this is Ancient Odysseys. Join me in my adventures as I explore and investigate the mysteries of ancient sites across the world. In today's episode, I will take you on our epic journey into the subterranean passages and chambers of the Pyramid of El Lahun. We will examine an artifact of the highest precision and accuracy of masonry that we've witnessed so far on all of our expeditions in Egypt.
Let's take a trip to the Pyramid of El Lahun, located in the Fayoum Oasis. The Pyramid of El Lahun has been attributed to the 12th dynasty king Senusret II. It is the first of the mud brick pyramids that we see in the Middle Kingdom. The mud brick pyramid at Hawara is thought to be built by his grandson Amenemhet III. As well as being the first mud brick pyramid, it also departs from the normal northern entrance passage to be replaced with a southern entrance. Subsequent Middle Kingdom pyramids would also omit a northern entrance and construct a southern entrance. We began our trip on the southern side of the pyramid and we entered the main shaft. I will show you a diagram of the layout of the internal structure and show you our journey to the primary chamber. Here we go. Before we journey underground, I will talk first about the exterior. Excavations on the pyramid complex would commence in 1889 under the direction of Petrie and continue in several seasons until 1921, being interrupted by the First World War. We can see some of the large masonry jutting out of the massive mud brick here. This large masonry here protrudes at approximately 40 feet high. It is thought by pairing that these large blocks of limestone radiate out from the center of the pyramid and help to retain the mud brick elements. Pairing states they are formed of Nile earth mixed up with various proportions of chopped straw and have been marked with fingers on the upper surface, in the same manner as those in the Pyramid of Dashur. He's referencing the Black Pyramid here. Here is a diagram of the masonry and mud brick configuration of the Pyramid of El Lahun.
Alright everyone, we're at our second site on our expedition to the Fayoum Oasis.
And now, I will show you the layout of the passage and chamber system of the Pyramid of El Lahun and our journey to the primary chamber. We first entered the main shaft on the southern side of the pyramid, descended through Tomb 10, traversed the south passage, and looked up the Fraser shaft. We walked over the well shaft and through the passage chamber, where we saw some bats. Next, we traveled through the limestone chamber and through the circuitous passage into the granite primary chamber, where we witnessed the artifact here. We also visited the quote-unquote offering chamber.
Alright, here we go.
Hey.
I'm coming!
Iowa.
Hey, come on. Good. Yeah, yeah. All right. Now, here we are inside the primary chamber. All right. And in this section of the structure, you see lots of restoration here. This is restoration work. So this is all restoration. Restoration work. And we're going to go here through this tunnel system. So there's a tunnel system that runs around, it goes back around here, and it comes out in this direction. So we're going to go, Anna? Yes. I want to show you the tunnel system first. That leads back into the primary chamber. So there's this tunnel system, a bunch of bats in here.
Oh shit. They're cute.
And some supports back in here. Okay. Will lead us back to the other side of the primary chamber. Here, got this granite. Okay. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cross through this threshold here. You can see the red granite.
Sim, certo.
Right here. So we are now
Com flash.
So let me show you some orientation.
Não, شوف النور واسكت انت بس.
Just rush through this tunnel system here, which, look at that, brought us through this opening here where Lex is, and this is just an ancillary side chamber over here. Alright, the primary objective for coming down in here is twofold.
Now, let's explore the primary chamber and the exquisite masonry of the container. The primary chamber is made of a smooth, light red granite with an arched ceiling. Petri states that the ceiling is of granite, sloping blocks about one against the other, and are cut out beneath into a circular curve. The upper sides of the blocks are left rough-hewn and straight. The construction is exactly like that of the sepulchre of Menkaure at Giza. The container is made of red granite, there is no lid, and the base of the container is slanted. It likely sits in its original spot. It is equidistant from the chamber walls. The container is inclined to the north. The height difference between north and south ends is 3.8 inches. It is unlikely an error because of the incredible accuracy of the remainder of the container. Now, Petri states the accuracy of the straightness of edges and the planes is still more surprising. The mean error along the top edge is 0.007 inch. On the ends, 0.004 from a straight line. The curvature of the planes of the sides is only a hollow of 0.005 on the east, and a bulge of 0.002 on the west face. The skew of the planes is about the same amount. This is one of the greatest triumphs of accurate work in such a material that has ever been done.
First, so this is a red granite interior chamber, which, if any of you have been following the channel, is very reminiscent to the red granite chamber inside the Pyramid of Menkaure, which also has the arched semicircular vaulted ceiling. This is quite different than what we see in the tiered vaulted systems of the Red Pyramid, and as we just saw, it was being executed inside of the Pyramid of Idun. And then this, ladies and gentlemen, is by far the most spectacular in situ artifact of ancient stone masonry that I have seen in Egypt. There is absolutely nothing that I have seen that equals the craftsmanship of what you see here. This thing is just, but even to the naked eye, you can see that's not a precise 90-degree angle. It's pretty damn close, but it's not exact. only say that the craftsmanship of this piece of stone vastly surpasses that of what we see in the Serapeum. This thing is just badass. And I'll put in a diagram that shows all the measurements of the container at the beginning of the episode, so you can familiarize yourself with the geometry. More specifically, so you can see here that the container is sitting flat on the ground. It's higher on this end, and it contains some pretty sophisticated math and geometry that was incorporated in the design of this container. And I can tell you, just looking at the width of the container, it's not fitting through that way. It's most likely not fitting through this way either. Getting this thing down here would have been an immense undertaking. And this is by far my favorite piece of stonework. So, now we will ascend back to the surface and continue on to destination number 3 on our expedition of the Pyramids of the Lahun Oasis. Fayoum. Fayoum Oasis. I keep saying Lahun.
I never see box different from all in Egypt. This one, that one.
Yeah, this one.
Why the short here? Why is taller here?
Yeah.
No, it's like, I mean, and in the middle is stable. I mean, nothing, you know.
I'll show you when we get back to the car. I have a friend that was doing an analysis of the measurements and the geometry, and there's some very sophisticated math in this container, in the measurements and the angles, and so they were very specific about what they were doing. And I truly believe that artifacts like this were carved specifically so that later generations could come along and measure it and figure out the knowledge that was contained within the box, and also by the civilization that built these things. I mean, this thing it's amazing. down, back to the surface.
Hello. Is that bush? Huh? لا قوي بس بيخوفونا.
What?
If you want to help support our adventures, please like,
Share, subscribe, and pick up some badass Ancient Odysseys merch. The link is in the video description below. Also, please subscribe to our 2 new channels, Egyptian Trash Cats, where we document our saga in caring for the street cats of Egypt, and Egypt Eats, for all of our crazy culinary adventures. Thank you all very much.